Okay, so the interesting thing is it's preloading, which I thought it would only have to do once. Because I tested this yesterday, but it's doing it again. So, alright. Well, while it's preloading, let me start to read some of the information off of the Steam store page. Now, first of all, this is by NGDEV. NGDEV has made a few games already, including Gunlord X, which is something that I want to play eventually. I think this is their first PC release. I think they've done a lot of console releases to this point. But yeah, they've got Gunlord X, they've got one or two other shmups, I believe. I don't know whether this one is also on consoles. That is loud. That is very loud. Let's go fix that. Alright, how about that? That might even be okay. That's still loud. And yes, it does that every time. Which is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, actually, you know what? I'll leave it on the options menu because we should look through the options in a couple minutes anyway. But yeah, so what is this game? Gunvein is an intense, dynamic bullet hell shooting game inspired by the arcade masterpieces of Cave, Taito, and Rising Being, 8ing. Screen domination is vital. Use your lock-ons and charged energy blasts to overwhelm enemies before they overwhelm you. So yeah, this has a lock-on mechanic, EI. I don't know if you're watching already, but this game is for you. Aggressive play is rewarded with resources that can be used to temporarily power up your shot or to unleash a devastating screen-clearing bomb. Use this to create destructive feedback loops. Score isn't merely a number. The points you accrue come back to you as extra lives and currency for the game's shop system. There's a shop system in this. I didn't realize there was a shop system. That's interesting. It has an arcade mode, which is, like, standard, like, 1cc type thing. And there will be online leaderboards for it. There's a standard mode, which provides a satisfying level of challenge for those who don't seek out 1 credit clears or high scores. Balanced checkpoints and a shop system, which makes sure that no restart is wasted. No practice modes required, learn by playing. There is a roguelike arrange mode. Test your reflexes and decision-making in procedurally generated versions of the game's 5 stages, carefully designed to capture the intensity, smooth flow, and pacing and encounter variety of handcrafted stages. Classic has you start with a weak ship that levels up as you kill enemies, mix and match any of the game's abilities, and upgrade your ship's stats to your liking. Minimal lets you play through the entire game with one of the 3 main ships and get something closer to the game's arcade mode. And missions, a set of extra challenges and tutorials, from thorough tutorials that will teach you the basics of the genre to boss rushes and score attack challenges. It also talks about, mentions that there's convenient practice tools. It says a little about the 3 different pilots at the end here, which I'm not necessarily going to read yet, but maybe we should come back to that. But yeah, let's take a look at the options, because there's a lot of them in this game. I pressed the wrong button. So the one unfortunate thing about this is it uses, like, Japanese-type controls in terms of menu, where, select is the right button and cancel is the bottom button, which is reverse of what I've been used to for decades. And unfortunately, changing these is actually kind of hard because it, like, changes them on the fly, which makes it, like, impossible to actually, like, use the menu correctly. So I ended up just leaving them as is. But yeah, you've got a shot button, a special button, a bomb button, pause. I don't know what that dot's supposed to mean, but I'm assuming it's my, my start button, essentially. You've got dead zone setting, you've got screen settings. You can rotate the screen, obviously I'm just playing it widescreen right now. Rotation-based controls. I'm assuming that has to do with screen rotation, but I'm not entirely sure. You've got VSync, which I believe I turned on manually. I think it was off by default. You've got side art, which can be a static image. It can just be black, or it can be like a zoomed-in version of the game. I'm surprised they don't have... Actually, you know what? I'll have to double-check this when I go into, like, the game itself, because I don't think they do any of the stuff that you've seen, like, M2 and stuff do, where, like, they zoom in specific parts so that you can, like, they it doesn't have anything where you have, like, all the stats and stuff on the sides. It's kind of what I'm getting at. And that would be a cool thing to maybe have. You also have a reset progress if you want to start all over again. But anyway, if we go to game start here... Okay, so the interesting thing is, I'm surprised it dumped me here now, because the very first time that I played, it actually dumped me in mission. Let me check something really quick. Because this actually seems surprisingly loud to me. It might just be marginally. So actually, you know what I'll try doing? I'll try doing the reset progress thing. That was also very loud. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this stuff down more. Yeah, so when you first start the game, it actually brings you straight into the mission screen so that you can look at the tutorials first. If you back out, it will bring you back to the mode select, though. So it's actually a little confusing, because once you finish the tutorials, it gives you other missions that are actually probably more challenging than just going straight into the game. So it doesn't, like, back you out once you finish the tutorials. But getting you in here first to experience the tutorials is arguably a good call. So I'll go ahead and play through the tutorials so that you can see how this kind of guides you through the basics first. This is actually the second playable character. If I go back to the store page, this is Miko. Welcome to Gunvein. Before you get started, let's go through the basic mechanics. Use your directional inputs to move around the screen, and I can actually do that right now. And so, analog inputs are actually useful in this, because you can control your speed with the analog input. Whereas if you use the D-pad, you're just always full speed. Actually, it almost feels like it's more than full speed, but it's probably the same speed. So here's your lock-on. Reduces the ship's movement speed, and you can actually fire at the same time, and it gives you a focus shot. Ship will fire a focus shot, which does more damage. So lock-on is actually, like, also your focus mode at the same time. The other interesting thing is, I don't know if you notice, but, like, notice how my shot is throttled right now? And now it's, like, full speed. So this game actually, I feel like I haven't seen very many vertical shmups do that noticeably. But I've seen that in horizontal shmups for sure. Like, especially back in, like, the SNES era. Where, like, you have a and actually Gradius games do this a lot, where, like, you have a rapid shot, but you can only have X number of bullets on screen at once. So the closer you are to an enemy or to the edge of the screen, to the right edge, the faster you will shoot again. And that is apparently also true with your shot in this game. Like, it's actually super noticeable with that. Lock-ons are an important means of increasing your damage output. Let's turn our attention to the HUD. It consists of your fragment meter, your bombs, and your lives. Let's start with the fragment meter. You may have noticed the ready text filling up. I feel like the ready text could stand to be, like, more obvious in how it fills up, because, like, it's gray versus white, basically. You fill it up by quickly destroying, and it's very thin text, too. Like, it doesn't have, like, a solid background or something to make it more obvious. You fill it up by quickly destroying enemies. The quicker an enemy is destroyed, the quicker it fills up. Now, I don't know whether that means quick versus when it came on screen, or quick versus when you first started shooting it. Also, why does it say mission mild at the top right? Once it's full, the next enemy you destroy will drop a bomb fragment. So when ready is full, then they drop bomb fragments. Okay, here's what it looks like. That's what the bomb fragment looks like, right. Fragment is added to your fragment meter. Once you fill it up, you will get a bomb. Let's try it. Destroy enough enemies to fill up your fragment meter. Let's see if I can get a sense. There is a lot of crap happening at once there, and I couldn't really follow all of it. I was trying to pay attention to the HUD, more so than the enemies, but like I definitely saw some things filling the ready meter more than others. Good job, you've just assembled a bomb. Your current amount of bombs is displayed on the HUD. Right, that's what the B's and brackets are for. You can use the bomb by tapping the Y button. Destroying enemies by using bombs produces gold medals, which are your biggest source of points. So it's basically Kaikon all over again. You will have unlimited bombs for the next segment. Give it a try. That was incredibly poorly timed. But yeah, so that looked... It's funny. Like, getting the biggest medals on bombs is very Kaikon, but the way that those came out felt very Crimzon-Clover to me. Each enemy type drops different amounts of gold medals. Once you meet specific score thresholds, you will get extra lives, so be smart with your bomb use. Right, so there's an extend threshold. That's what they're talking about, I presume. Bombs also do a lot of damage and make you invincible for a brief period of time, allowing for offensive and defensive use. Pressing and holding the bomb button will spend 5 bomb fragments and put you into an emergency state, briefly making you invincible and increasing your damage. To sum up, kill enemies as quickly as possible, put together full bombs, and use them to get gold medals. With all of that covered, you are ready to begin. Good luck. And you actually get continues for doing the tutorials. Welcome to the Bullet Hell Basics tutorial. Let's go over some fundamental elements of the genre. You'll be given challenges to reinforce what you've learned. Some of these challenges might be quite difficult, but it's recommended that you stick with them. Let's start with the hitboxes. So it's really neat that they do actually go through this. Even though your ship looks large, the small glowing circle is the only part that's vulnerable. The same applies to enemy bullets. They are far more forgiving than they look. And it's interesting that, I don't know if this is just in the tutorial or not, but like the fact that it's like showing like a crosshair there so you can line it up. Try squeezing through some bullet walls and see for yourself. Like, especially because there's the crosshair, I can actually just, like, line that up and actually be fine. Sizes are so small that even the most extreme dodges are possible. Please stay perfectly still for the next demonstration. So you can see it if you pay attention to the line, it's obvious that, like, yes, you're in between the arrows. The forgiving hitboxes allow you to focus on where you need to move instead of worrying about perfection. Try to focus on the clear parts of the screen instead of the bullets or your ship when playing. There are only 3 types of attacks in shmups: aimed, static, and randomized. Most attacks are aimed at your ship and thus change based on your positioning. Simple variations of aimed attacks can be dodged with continuous movement. Aimed attacks can be anything from a single shot to huge patterns. Static attacks are preset, they always follow the same trajectory. Sometimes the trajectories are distorted by the enemy's movement, but they are still the same in relative terms. Memorization and simple repetitive practice is the most effective against this style of attack. Randomized attacks are very unpredictable, but are rarely seen on their own, instead being integrated into other attack types. The base directions of aimed and static patterns is often slightly randomized to keep them unpredictable. Let's take a closer look at aimed attacks and how to manipulate them. Try to lure enemies into shooting down the drone at the bottom of the screen. You will be invincible for the following challenge. Oh geez. So, see, I'm focusing too much on not getting hit, and I should not be focusing on that. I need to be focusing on, like, leading their shots so that they hit the drone. And it looks like I have to, like, pile on damage because that meter is, like, going back down. So I need to, like, lead them. It would probably be easier if I were, like, right over the drone, actually. I'm, like, not doing anything here. Okay, now I'm actually getting somewhere. The edge of leading bullets around the screen while staying ahead of them is called bullet streaming. It gives you more control over the screen and makes enemy waves much easier to deal with. There's a lot of text boxes that feel like their last character was cut off, whether it's a letter or a punctuation. Eventually, however, streaming will leave you trapped in a corner with no way out. To avoid this from happening, you can use a technique called restreaming. When you're near a corner, simply do a fast jerk-like motion to create a gap in the bullet stream. Take advantage of this opening to switch movement directions and continue safely streaming enemy bullets. So the interesting thing about that is it's showing you going slow and then speeding up, which is only actually possible with the analog stick or by like inching along. Nope. I feel like the effect isn't nearly as pronounced, and I'm ending up in the exact wrong place. I really ended up in the wrong place there too? Jeez. Suddenly my hitbox feels a lot bigger. I'm totally not doing this correctly. They make it look easy, but it's actually not. Alright, that actually worked a lot better than... Whoops. I feel like I need to time it with, like, when they shoot, too. Oh, come on, dude, really? I totally screwed it up that time. Oh, I didn't mean to go diagonally there, and I did. You know, okay, I know what I can do to make this easier. Hang on. Well, it almost worked. I was trying to, like, stay across the screen from them so there was more likely to be gaps in their shots. I'm actually doing tremendously awful at this right now. I think I need to worry less about the location of where I need to move and more about looking at their bullets. Nope, that wasn't gonna work. Oh, come on, dude, really? Stayed in exactly the wrong place. Mind you, I did manage to clear this yesterday. It took me a few tries, but... There you go. The jerk-like motion thing doesn't work for me. I don't know. Like, I'm not seeing what they're talking about there. It doesn't seem to work in practice for me. The last two dodging concepts that need to be covered are micro and macro dodging. Micro dodging is when you go inside of patterns and squeeze your ship through small gaps between bullets, which is basically what I had to do that entire time. It's a very demanding, risky technique which can give you advantageous positioning, but is usually done as a last resort, or resort without a T. Macro dodging, on the other hand, is the act of dodging the entire pattern itself. This should be your default mode of dodging. It's consistent, safe, and a lot of fun. There are certain things you can do to make patterns more consistently macro dodgeable. The further enemy patterns get from their origin point, the more they spread out and the wider the area they cover. This makes them difficult to macro dodge, so to avoid getting trapped, get closer to a pattern's origin and misdirect it. Yeah, like right now, this is actually... You want to be towards the center so that you actually have half a chance at macro dodging it. You now know the fundamental parts of bullet hell shmups and are ready to begin. Somehow I really don't think I am. And we get another continue. So now you have challenge modes here, which I don't think I should be doing, first off. So now we've got arcade, we've got roguelike arrange, we've got mission, which is what I was just in, and you've got practice mode. Oh, and I guess this is story mode up here. They call it normal mode here, but in the store page they mentioned, like... What did they call it there? They called it standard mode, okay. So that's what this is. I didn't even realize when I was looking at this yesterday that, like, this is a choice in and of itself, and arcade is down here. So I guess maybe I should actually try normal mode. So here's your characters. And you can see they have stats. Miko has better range. Rico is supposed to be kind of down the middle. Lizzie supposedly has good power and speed. I don't know how that works. Fast and powerful, but difficult to use due to unusual mechanics. Well, let's start with her. You've got mild, intense, and expert. A bit spicy, a mode meant to give beginners a tough but doable challenge. A mode for experienced STG players. A mode for experts who want to have a rough time. Well, let's start with intense and see what happens. Okay, so this, I did mention before that there are settings, and I kind of want to look at those. So, effect settings. You've got debris, you've got explosion quality, you've got shockwave shaders, bullet glow, enemy glow, which I actually did turn off. I almost wonder if I want to try turning bullet glow off. Can I actually see? You can actually see the result right away. Like, look at the bullets in the bottom left. I actually wonder if this will actually make things easier for me to see. Enemy glow isn't quite as obvious. You can see it on the top left enemies right now. There's like a pink glow around them that turns on and off. Player effects. Oh, apparently there's like... Yeah, there's like a swirling effect around my ship if I turn that to high. So I think I had also turned that down. I don't know if we're going to be able to see the shockwave shader effect by turning that on and off. Explosion quality probably isn't going to be noticeable just by immediately toggling it. I wonder if explosion quality makes them less flashy, though. Does this actually turn off the... Oh, that turns off, like, the circles and stuff around the ship. Okay. Scoring effects, that probably has to do with, like, the numbers and the medals and stuff. Enemy effects, high. Oh, that changes, like, their jets and stuff, so this could also make it less distracting. Maybe I'll try turning that down, too. I'll leave it on for now. Oh, and you do have restarted the checkpoint. If used, your stage scores will not be recorded. I should have used a bomb on that guy. think I just accidentally used the half bomb thing. Yeah, that's why my bullets changed color. Whoops. Oh my god. That's very loud, isn't it? So something about the bullet color scheme makes it really hard for me to parse for some reason. Like, there's a lot of red and purple going on, and not a whole lot of anything else. Feels like they could do with, like, a higher contrast color scheme. Like, even my own bullets are red, and theirs are purple, and, like, you could pick a color that is much more opposite of that. Maybe it's because of the ship I picked, though. Actually, I should try that. I'm also going to lower the volume again, because it still feels loud. Actually, well, no, the music also seemed loud, so yeah, let's lower both a bit. If there's one thing I wish there was here that there isn't, it's, like, bullet color adjustments. Which actually, maybe bullet glow would actually help. Maybe I should try turning that on. So unfortunately, I was hoping that, like, they would give me a sense of what the shop is like and stuff, but I really... Unfortunately, because it's only one stage, I don't get any sense for what makes normal mode normal mode. I think normal mode in arcade would probably operate almost exactly the same. So let's try using a different ship. I'm assuming the range has to do with the lock-on specifically. Now, she's supposedly slower, too, so that might be a problem. But let's see what happens. Yeah, okay, so your ship color dictates your bullet color. That's kind of unfortunate, because while I might like the playstyle of the first ship, I don't like its bullet color. Oh my god, she is so slow. I basically never want to be locking on because she's so slow, and it makes her go even slower. Oh, she does, like, lasers. Oh man, this is like... I forget, did Blue Revolver have a ship that does laser things? With lock-on or something? I feel like at some point I played a shmup that had, like, different lock-on types. Well, that was terrible. I should just restart that. Oh, right. There's a hold to restart. I forgot about that. But yeah, she just has a big old, like, targeting range. It's not even a cone, it's a circle. Now I remember why I turned bullet glow off. When bullet glow is on, bullets look like bombs. You want to pick up bomb fragments. You don't want to pick up bullets. They kill you. That's why I turned that off. Because the glow is the exact same fucking color on everything. It's awful. So yeah, we're gonna turn that back off. Like, that's really sad. Like, you could make the glow different colors, too, to make it just more obvious, but no, it becomes an anti-accessibility feature. One thing I noticed, though... Oh, I didn't really want to do that. Yep. Didn't realize I didn't have a bomb. Oh, okay. So that was the thing I was going to say, is, like, I never heard the full lock-on sound with her. Maybe her lock-on meter is just, like, maybe she can have more at once or something. Wow, I really smacked into that. Also, there was a gauge on the right side of the screen. Not sure if that was a boss meter or something else. Let's try the third ship. Oh, okay, that does actually toss you into the leaderboards for arcade. So, difficult to use due to unusual mechanics. Let's see what the unusual mechanics are. She just has like a frickin' detonation or something. Like, it's not really a lock-on. Oops. So, This character seems to kind of have an inverted bomb and lock-on. Her lock-on works like a bomb, her bomb works like a lock-on. Oh shit. So, the funny thing is, when I fought that boss as the first character, I have no idea how I didn't eat shit from the main attack, like, twice. There were times where I should have died that I totally didn't. So... yeah, this character is interesting, though, I'll give it that. The first one feels like the most viable, though. So, I don't know, like, I feel like I want to like the game, but I feel like there is a lot of, like, visual noise that they could do things to improve. And most of all, the character I like the most is the hardest to play because the bullets are nearly the same color as enemy bullets. I suppose I should, like, test out mild and difficult, or mild and expert, or whatever the heck it's called. What? I didn't see what hit me. I tried to get hit there. Might have been a missile that got me last time. Oh, I did that exactly the wrong time. That sucked. Yeah, this is when there's two of them. Did that really not hit it at all? Oh no, I think it's because it just didn't kill it. It has a life meter. So I would have needed to weaken it and then do that. Oh boy. Oh, it actually says safe when you're invulnerable too. So I actually don't know whether this demo was available before the release was. Okay, so what was my score? Because it's not on here. And I pressed the wrong button. Like, I purposely played arcade thinking that it would, like, show up there. I'm pretty sure it was lower than all of those. I keep frickin'... I'm pressing the button trying to mash through the title. And it's not... it's not doing that. Yeah, I'm probably not in the top 10. Does this only record 10 scores right now? Or what? That's kind of weird. Or is that... Well, no, it's got to be only for the demo, I would think. Anyway, let's see what roguelike are... Can I even select this in the demo? I can. Standard ship and upgrade it over the course of each run. Pick one of the 3 main ships and play through the game with a default power level. I wonder if this actually starts you at a higher level than standard does. I mean... It's only going to be able to randomize stage 1 in the demo anyway. Interesting. I feel like I'm configuring Tetris or something, because up and down sets your difficulty, left and right sets spawn intensity. I didn't see what the default was. Maybe that was the default? I don't know if that's remembering what I set it to. That is remembering what I set it to. What ship am I using, even? Oh, yeah, this is nasty. Oh, wow, it actually... It's freaking, It should... I guess it should be on my list at some point. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. Because I already have a bunch of, like, independent releases that I need to... Like, solo releases that I need to get to at some point. But right now, I'm just worried about getting through the jams. So this actually gives you, It's like I'm playing Lone Ruin again. Homing Beams Bomb, Restore 1 life. What on earth? So that gives you stuff, but it also increases difficulty. Interesting. So it's like a bunch of stats. Like, do I have a bomb right now, I guess I should be asking? Like, if I already have one, then I don't need that. Oh yeah, I don't have a lock-on right now. And my bomb is just a screen clear. Okay. Big circle lock-on, black hole bomb, cone lock-on. That reduces your attack. Both of them reduce your attack. Okay, so it's balanced in terms of when you get lock-on, then your main attack doesn't do as much because you should be locking on to things to compensate. I'm gonna go with black hole bomb. That was dumb. Shouldn't have done that. Interesting time to level up. Charged green bomb. I'm assuming that's the thing that the third, that Lizzie or whatever has. Which is actually a lock-on type. Quote-unquote. Spawn rate's +5. Good grief. I don't know what the black skull versus the red skull means. This seems to give me more stuff. I wonder if difficulty means it goes from intense to expert. That would be bad. That might be why it's a red skull. But spawn rates +5 also seems kind of nasty, so... I don't know which one of these is actually worse. Well, let's try it anyway. I didn't realize I didn't have enough for a full bomb. Okay, so that rotating thing, where have I seen that before? That's totally a thing I've seen. Was that in Crimson Clover, or was it something else? Because that is totally a mechanic I've seen before. That's super interesting that they have that in here. This game does a lot of interesting stuff, I gotta give it that. Alright, what the heck? Let's do this. Special attack, +2. Okay, so that's the lock-on, I guess. Giant laser bomb? Have I seen that? That sounds interesting. I don't know if I'll get to see it. Nope. We never got to see the giant laser bomb. Damn it. So roguelike mode is pretty interesting. I can appreciate that they put that in there. That's not the kind of a range you're used to seeing in a shmup, so... And then, meanwhile, we've got challenges. So you've got race against the clock, destroy enemies as quickly as possible, and you've got multiple checkboxes here. One, just clear the challenge. One, beat the boss with 18+ seconds left. And one, score over 600,000, which I have never managed to do in Stage 1 yet, so I'm probably not going to manage that, but... Let's see if I can do it to begin with. Okay, fortunately it has spawned me as the type of ship that I like. Wait, why am I getting stars out of things without bombing? Whoops, did not realize where I was going. I guess those ground targets always give me stars? Nope, that time they didn't, so I don't know. So this is definitely a different level. I have never seen this before. Oh, what? Yeah, so that was a totally different level, and a different boss and everything. That's interesting. Man, my score was abysmal. Okay, so I guess you have to check off all the boxes to actually finish the challenge. Because it's still not checked off there, even though I actually cleared it. Also, man, imagine having to, like, focus down the boss in... or everything, I guess, in less than 18 seconds. I don't even know what my time was like at the end of that. Oh, I just used a half bomb again. I see. So, the faster you beat the boss, the more bonus stuff you get at the end. But, other than intentionally dying and getting bombs back to kill the boss faster, I don't know how I would do that. I would assume the boss is the only thing you can speed up about that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Anyway, the game seems pretty damn promising. There's definitely a lot of polish to it. Do I wish there were more in the way of accessibility options, especially in terms of, like, making my bullets more distinguishable from enemy bullets? Yes. Especially with the ship that happens to have red bullets. Because the enemy's bullets are purple, which is very red adjacent, quite literally. But it's still pretty interesting. Let's go back in here real quick, see what else we had. Let's try turning everything as far down as possible, just to see, like, what it does. See if it makes it, like, less distracting. Also, I guess I should mess with the other difficulty levels. I'm not actually using my lock-on. I'm locking on and never actually firing. Oh, what? He was about to run away, and then I killed him, and then I just wasted the bomb. I always make that same stupid mistake. Whoa, boy. Totally should have died there. Yeah, I'm not cracking 600k on the first level. The other thing is I don't know exactly how much lock-on contributes to score. I haven't, like... I can't be looking in that top left corner. I'm trying to pay attention to not dying. It does seem like they only show, like, the top 10 in that leaderboard. I don't know... Hang on. Is there, like, separate modes in terms of... Well, there's ship filters. Oh, I guess the ships also have names. I still don't see myself on here, even though I've gotten higher scores than some of that, so... Make it make sense. But yeah, if this is to be believed, then presumably that's the third ship type, and it is apparently capable of ridiculous scores compared to the others. Yeah, you can't change game mode filter. Arcade is the only thing. Let's go. We didn't... I keep forgetting to check out the other difficulty levels. Let's try mild and see what it's like. I don't see it saying the ship name anywhere here. Yeah, it sure seems like some of those things exploded faster, like some of the secret targets. Oh, well, there's your extend. Apparently it's an actual pickup. Whoops, that was unfortunate. So I feel like some of the bullet patterns move slower. I don't know if they were necessarily less concentrated, but they definitely moved slower. Some of them might have been a little bit different. Alright, well, now for shits and giggles, we have to try the hardest difficulty. So what if I set that to mild? I don't know, like, does it just not actually submit in the demo, or what? Because, like, I'm not on here. But also, like, I don't know for a fact whether... I'm assuming this is, you know, Type A, Type B, Type C in the same order as the characters, but I don't know why it shows the ship name there instead of the character name. But yeah, for whatever reason, I'm not in those lists even though I'm higher than some of their scores. Which doesn't make sense. That suggests the leaderboard doesn't work. Alright, let's see how bad Expert is. I'm probably not gonna make it. Oh yeah, they fire a lot faster. The bullets go faster, they fire a lot sooner. They're firing a lot more. This is gonna get ugly real fast. I got no stars for that whatsoever. Whoa, okay. Ah, that was unfortunate. Oh boy, that was a pattern. Well, I made it to the boss. I'm not gonna make it through the boss. Oh, that's different. Alright, yeah, that's interesting. So that gives you an idea of how much more spicy they make it when you pick expert mode. So that's a trip. But yeah, the easiest mode definitely does slow things down quite a bit. So there's at least a range available for you to challenge yourself with, or not. It's still going to be a challenge, even on the lowest difficulty, but you have a lot more time to react in general. The thing I found interesting was that I did actually manage to get an extend on the easiest difficulty, and I don't know, it might be because extends are like a lower threshold too. It did seem like there were points at which I was getting many more bombs. And like, that's definitely something I don't know if I'm entirely getting the hang of, is like the whole killing enemies fast thing to get more bombs. That's supposed to be a thing, right? Which would ostensibly mean you just need to focus on, like, knowing where things are and killing them immediately. These things seem to never give me bombs, though. Nice. Yeah, guess what? That's what happens when you try to be aggressive. You run into shit that hits you right away. I don't think this game has the notion of, like, the restraining order zone, where if you're close enough, they don't shoot you. I don't think that's a thing in this game. Alright, I'm actually curious. Is it just that if you already have 3 bombs, it gives you an extend? Probably not going to find out, because I should probably actually use a bomb on this guy. Yep. Might as well use the bomb zone at that point. How was that a new oh, that was... I did that in normal mode, didn't I? Maybe that's why it was a new stage record? I don't know. Because that definitely isn't the highest score I've gotten on it. At least I don't think it is. Anyway. Clearly I'm not going to figure out all of the, I'm not going to master all the mechanics right now. My cables are tangled, and I don't know which way they're tangled. Oh well, don't worry about it. It's a pretty cool demo, though. I mean, clearly the game is supposed to be 5 stages, presumably. There's plenty to do, even just messing around with the first stage with the different ships and the different modes and stuff in this, at least between, like, arcade and roguelike. It's unfortunate that normal mode you don't really get a taste for, because I'm assuming the weapon upgrade shop thing only comes into play between stages, and you only have 1 stage in this, so you don't really get the full sense of that as far as I can tell. But yeah, it does record the record for each individual stage in normal mode, apparently. Which is kind of interesting because I would think that your loadouts could change drastically given the whole shop system and whatnot. But yeah, Gunvein just released like 2 days ago or something, I think, so it's on Steam. Check it out if you want. Obviously, you can get the demo there as well.